Okay, so in this video we'll learn about user defined functions. Okay, so what are the user defined functions? So as the name says, right, so these are the functions that are defined by the user in their program. Okay, and there is a keyword called def which is used to define a function. So whenever you use want to create, let's say I'll create a keyword called def and I greet, and then I'll say name, and it is a tab, so there should be a tab indentation. So whenever you're defining a function, a single tab should be there. When you use the IDEs, it by default does for you, but you should know that why it is there should be a tab for the block of the code. So that's how Python understand that this is a function, this code belongs to this function. Okay, so then we can say print hello, and I can do the name thing here, and I can tell this to be a format string, and then I'll say this is my user defined function. So this is a very basic. So this def, and this is an argument I'm passing to the function. So when I will call this function, right, this will be passed as a value. Okay, so this is passed as a value. So how I will call this, my bad, so we can call this greet, then I have to pass a value, let's say Bhanu, and let me pass it small. So hello Bhanu. So it has taken that value and printed here, used inside the function. We can use this value inside the function, right? So if I don't want to pass a value and I want to create a default value, so when I define greet like this, I'll just call greet, and by the way, this is the way we call it. So this is the way of calling. So function with parameter if you are passing, if not then hello Bhanu. It because I have already defined that. If I am not overriding this value, or like let's say hi there, hello name equal to test, hello test. Now this is how we can access the values of other, this is how we can access the values, right? Getting it or not? Okay, so this is how we can, this is a very simple example of a function. Let's see a few other examples of a function. So the other example would be let's say addition. So uh, this is def, and let's add, then I'm passing two variables a and b, and then what I need to do, I can return also important. So functions can return something, so I will be returning a plus b. So this is my user defined function where I am create a sum. Then I am doing a result equals to add, let me add 7 and 4, and I want to see the result. So it is giving me 11. So basically it has called this function. Now every time I can use it. So it's like once I have defined it and I can use it every time. Let's say I want to add 17 and let's say 14. So I'm getting 31, right? So like that. So this function is once defined is doing that. But if you want to make any changes, redefine that and then do it accordingly. Let's take another example. So let's say example, so this is fine, I think. Let's see another example. So def find average, and I'm passing numbers list. Okay, so how can I find average, return. I will sum the numbers and then I will divide by len of numbers, right? This is how we find the average, right? And then I will create nums as a list, and let me do that 2 3 4 5 6 7, and then average equals to find average nums, and then average. Okay, so this has found the average that out to be 4.0. So this is again another example of doing function. Let's see passing a string to the function. Def to uppercase. Okay, so we pass the string value will pass, and then we'll return string dot upper. And then how we can original string equal to hello all. Okay, and then I will be upper string will be equal to uppercase original string and upper string, right? So you see it's making everything to upper, and that's how we have we're using this function. So this is a very simple example, basic examples how we can use functions and how we can basically use it, right? So that's all for this video. In next video we'll see how we can take parameters of a variable length. Okay, see you in another video.